Hi guys, welcome to the show. So, my show is all about talking about being ambidextrous and using both hands. And many people don't really think about using both hands. Maybe it's crossed their mind, but they won't take the thought too serious. But I have for many years, and while I was born right-handed, and about in high school, maybe about 10th grade, I started using my left hand a lot because I figured that it would build the strength of my body and also my mind. So I feel that the results have been very good, and so I already wrote 2 books. This is my first book, Humans Are Amazing, Discovering Your True Self. This book I talk about how your body has 2 sides, and even your heart has 2 sides, your lungs, there's 2 lungs. Basically your body comes in pairs, and you should strengthen both sides of your body because it only makes sense. You would become physically stronger, balanced, and you would be capable of doing so much more with both hands. That's my first book. I put drawings in it of organs, also like even explaining your ears, how you're probably only using your phone on one side of your ear most of the time instead of trying to alternate in order to strengthen your ears. But like your eyes too, you could like try to cover one eye and cover the other eye and see what eye is stronger. So I used to do that a lot, and then like kind of try to read a lot with my left eye, strengthen it because I feel it's a little bit more blurry. So your whole body has 2 sides, and that's amazing. And 90% of people in the world are right-handed. 90%. So the majority of people in the world are right-handed. So most of the things they do, play guitar, draw, write, play drums, do work, anything they do, they're mostly using their right hand. I believe this is why people probably suffer from strokes. Because when you have a stroke, left side or one side of your body becomes like almost useless. I believe this happens because you're not strengthening the arteries and veins that are carrying the blood from your heart to the rest of your body. So most people, the majority of people in the world die of heart attack, cardiac arrest. And I believe that's because you're only using half of your body. And I believe that people will suffer from strokes because they're only using half of their body as well. It makes sense. If you take the time to study the body, you will see that almost everything comes in pairs. Like in your brain, you have these cranial nerves. There's 12 pairs of cranial nerves. Those cranial nerves control our eyes. They control our nose, olfactory, like smelling. They affect the organs they control the organs in our body. So everything is connected to the nervous system that connects to your brain. So you're going to strengthen, if you start to use both hands, you're going to start to strengthen all of the systems in your body. There's 11 systems in your body. What are they? Respiratory, cardiovascular, reproductive, urinary, endocrine, lymphatic, muscular, skeletal. There's 11 systems in your body. So it only makes sense if you use both hands, you're going to strengthen both of the systems. So today I want to talk about the organs, which are the lungs. Well, I forgot to mention my second book. In my second book, I explained that everything has a duality. So by using both hands, I noticed that they're not the same. When I use my left hand, I start to feel a certain way and think a certain way. I feel more artistic. I feel like playing guitar. I feel like my imagination is more, it's like hungry. But when I use my right hand, it's like the opposite. I feel like more logical, more practical, and also like more business-minded. That's the way I always explained it. Because I feel like I could save more money here. And I don't know, I just start like adding and subtracting and just doing all this math in my mind. That really helps with paying bills. It helps with like managing my money, because as we know, everything is mostly about money, sadly. It's all about how much money you have, how much you make. So today's topic that I want to talk about is the lungs, or are the lungs, because that's one of the organs I put in my book. Is one of the topics I discuss are the lungs. So the reason I put that, the important reason I discuss the lungs in my book is because we have two lungs, right? Why do we have two lungs? Whatever reason, I believe that we should use both hands, which will also strengthen our lungs. So I'll just do a diagram of the lungs. So our lungs are kind of like that. Funny thing about the lungs are that the right side has 3 lobes. 3 lobes. The right side has 3 lobes. The left side has 2 lobes. Which is kind of like that, I believe. So I asked the question when I realized that, why does the right lung have an extra lobe compared to the left side? And also the left lung, it kind of has a hole because the heart is tilted, and it's tilted into the left lung. So the left lung also, it's smaller. The left lung is a lot smaller than the right lung. And so I think the reason that is because over so many generations because majority of people are right-handed, 90% are right-handed. I don't know why I don't know why that's happening. Well, I mean, I could assume it's happening because most people, like through genetics, are reproducing, and most people are right-handed. So does the fact that you use one hand actually affect your DNA as well? Like programming your DNA to cause your children to be right-handed as well? That's a great question. But I believe that your right lung is bigger than the left lung, because most people are right-handed. Most people are right-handed in the world, so we got a bunch of people that are breeding and are right-handed. So this could actually be causing over, I don't know how many generations of right-handed people, or people that are even, when they're born left-handed, they're also forced to be right-handed as well. So that's probably why 90% of the world's population are right-handed, and only 10 to 12% of people in the world are left-handed. Could you believe that? In the whole entire world, only 10 to 12% of people are left-handed. So it's actually hard to meet somebody that's left-handed. So when you meet somebody that's left-handed, that's why most people are like, oh wow, you're left-handed? You know, they're surprised. Because, like, if this is okay, I explained that with your lungs, because your lungs are crazy important. You're breathing oxygen into your body through your lungs, and your lungs are oxygenating your blood cells. So if we made our lungs stronger by using both hands, would that mean our oxygen, our capacity, our ability to store more oxygen in our lungs would increase? Therefore, because all your organs, every part of your body needs oxygen, and you'll die. You could go for a long time without having anything but oxygen. You'll die like in minutes. So strengthening our lungs is very important, and that's the reason and the purpose I write this in my books, because I believe that people will actually become stronger and also improve their organs. The lungs being very important, as I mentioned, for oxygen. So that's why I'm teaching people to use both hands, strengthen all the organs in their body, especially such important organs as your lungs. So what I wanted to also say was, talking about all the people in the world, so let's just pretend this is Earth, right? So 90% are right-handed, I'll just put RH, and 10 to 12% are left-handed, right? So I'll use another color. So let's say that right-handed is blue. We'll say that right hand is blue and left hand is red. Right? So if we're going to look at the whole world population and to really wrap our minds around the population and the percentage. So we're going to say most of the people in the world are blue. Not sad, but they're right-handed. Most people are right-handed. Right? Most people are right-handed. That's kind of weird, right? Everybody's right-handed. Like everybody, I can walk up to somebody and say, hey, you're right-handed, right? And they're like, yeah, I am. How did you know that? It's because most of the time that's going to work. If it doesn't work, then it's like, I get to talk more about, the difference of the population right-handed with the person. But most of the time I'm going to get it right because most people are right-handed. And if the left-handed people, they're like all spread out. Because, as we know, there's only a few left-handed people. So if you go to your job or you go to your school, wherever you go, there are only going to be a couple of left-handed people. And the majority are going to be right-handed. So we're really all surrounded by right-handed people. I believe left-handed people think different. And they have a different type of mentality. They like to do things that are different. I just believe there is a duality between right-handed and left-handed people. There is a difference. So we don't really know this difference because there aren't that many left-handed people. So we can't really study them to realize what's the difference. And so that's why I'm proposing that most people use both hands in order to realize this difference themselves. So you have talents with your left hand and you have talents with your right hand, and both have strength. So check out my books. I'll put the links down below. I feel like this topic is extremely important. Especially, I just feel like in these times, with all this stuff going on, and everybody's kind of like going through so much, I believe this is a great blessing. It's a great blessing for us to discover that we have more to ourselves. There's more to human beings than we know. And by becoming ambidextrous, we'll strengthen our body and our mind. And we will, I believe it's this new era. This new era we're going to enter if everybody is aware of, hey, I should use both hands. What happens if I use both hands? And then, what happens if I'm ambidextrous, which is using both hands, and then I have a baby with another person that's ambidextrous? How would the baby come out? Would the baby be stronger, smarter? These are great questions, but check out my books. I do discuss these things. And thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And I'm going to keep making more videos. And, doing other things. Like I play drums, I play my guitars, and I play them both-handed. So I want to do demonstrations of that. So thanks for watching and stay tuned.